they will join us. I'm missing Carol and Fran. Okay, we were back how many months ago?
It seems like forever.
It seems like forever. Various forms of Kaddish. And what did we discuss were the various forms of Kaddish?
We were supposed to practice reading Kaddish Banan.
Rabbanan, great. Who said that? Jane?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
I said we talk about Kaddish to Rabbanan, which is not a name, but I think it's something nice.
And after you study, practice the Friday night service.
Okay, the Rabbanan means of the rabbis.
Yeah.
It's after the study of Torah, depending on which page you're on. We praise God and we pray for teachers and students, for such praise and prayer sustain the world. And this is said after you've studied something, and the mourners often say this also when they're saying Kaddish, the mourners Kaddish, they will say this one. And I told you way back then, Debbie Friedman did a wonderful English version. I mean, the way only Debbie can. And I've got, with a little bit of luck, I'm going to pull it up. I had the CD and all kinds of stuff here, but I think this is easier. Kaddish. All right, wait a second. I'm doing it on my phone. Here it is. Okay. Let's see if we can get Debbie to sing it for us. Coming slowly. All right. No, I just got the text. Hold on. When I want to do it alone, I'm fine.
It's just when you
No pressure.
No pressure.
no pressure.
No pressure. Okay, this is a Debbie Friedman tribute. I was going to see if I could find Debbie doing it. I know I have one version of it with her doing it. Here it is. Wait a minute. By Debbie Friedman. By Dan. Cut. Song and lyrics. Listen to on Spotify. Debbie Friedman song. Let's see if this one goes away. Because it's always nice to listen to Debbie, and it's her music. I don't want to download an app. No. Sorry, I'm not doing great today. My technical skills are better all the time. I even had trouble getting in.
What song is it? Because I just downloaded Debbie.
Rabbanan with Debbie Friedman. All right, I'm going to do this one. It's performed by, I think it's somebody else, but that doesn't matter. We can get past the ad to one. Thank you, ad. Go away. Okay. Come on, I need to hear you. I'm having a terrible time. You'll probably get it before I will, Hillary, because you're so much better at this.
No, I have everything right in my hands. I mean,
can you play Debbie singing it?
I just downloaded Debbie Freeman's all-time greatest hits.
that would be there.
I was on Perm Ball. I'm Shema.
I had it the other day. Here it is. Kaddish to Rabbanan by Debbie Friedman. I don't know if she's singing it, but we're getting a recorded. Oh, good. It's not that she's not singing it. I want to hear it sung. All right, let's try this one. If you get it before me, I don't get insulted. You know, my skills with these things are incredible.
Okay.
I almost couldn't get on this morning. I was having a nervous breakdown. Okay, come on.
Oh, don't do that.
It just
You're
infuriates
right.
me when I cannot, do the things that I've got lots of Debbie Friedman songs, but not the one I want. Not by night, I found it out. Wait a minute.
I mean, I see it, but it's not, I have one, but it's not her. It's a tribute to her.
That's fine. I did that one open. I wanted to.
Do you want me to try to play it? And see
Sure.
if it
Oh,
works?
wait a minute. 1 minute. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this one. And if I can't, I'm going to let you do it. I don't want the. All right, go ahead. Do it. I'm sorry.
It's, okay. Let me do-
I saw it and I'm just going to still play with it.
So my wife got me this
Oops,
weird.
Gotta
tool.
skip ads. Hold on.
At first, I thought it was
Had
kind of
to Sorry, there's some ads coming on for skip
Other
ads.
outfit.
crazy. See here.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, good. This was put in Temple in New York. They had a whole tribute to her. Can you all hear it?
No.
Can you hear it?
Hear it. Started.
Can you make it louder? You may pass on this.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, cut it, Bonnie. Thank you. It's hard to listen to. It's for the teachers and their students and the students of the students is what the words are. We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say amen. And it goes, we ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say amen, amen. That's the whole, those are the words. But the reason I wanted to do it, and that would be fun, but my skills being what they aren't, is to show you that there are different forms of Kaddish and different reasons to say it. The Chetzi Kaddish, the short one, just divides the service. The long one comes toward the end of the service. And then we have the mourners Kaddish. And the mourners also say the Kaddish de Rabbanan, because we want to encourage learning to go on forever, and learning brings peace and loving kindness and all the good things. So it's thanking God for being able to. By all means, get your phones out, look for Debbie Friedman's. It's on YouTube. I know it's there, where Debbie is singing it, or the one Bonnie has, the play on the three or four cantors in New York on the Bima. And you can hear the whole song. And I think it's beautiful. Her songs often say a lot and help us understand what we're trying to say in Hebrew. So now let's look at the Hebrew, because this has a lot of words in it. And you all practiced it in the last 2 weeks, every 10 minutes, right?
Oh, yeah.
As much as I got ready, I did try to get this going. But that's another story. Who's going to be the brave starter? I guess everybody's here who's here. Attendance is over. Go on. Who's starting?
Doing,
Hillary, what page is it on? In the,
I got it written for you. It is on page 111.
oh, okay. Oh, I have it here. Sure, I practiced
It's
it.
in every service. You'll find it somewhere. I have it on page 274 of the big book.
And 21 in the blue book.
Okay, 21 in the blue book. It's in any Siddur.
which
Okay,
which one are we doing? The Darabanan?
Rabbanon, yes.
It's
I'm going to make you stumble over the Hebrew.
27 in the blue book.
I have 71 in the blue book.
It could be in several places.
Could be anywhere. Okay,
It could be with any service.
okay.
That's why I'm not.
I have some.
And it says at the top of the page, after the study of Torah. This is what it technically is. It started out when men, of course, no women, went and studied in the yeshiva or whatever, and then after they finished studying, they would say this, Kaddish Rabbanon. And as Debbie Friedman said, for the teachers and their students and the students of the students, it's supposed to be something that goes on through praising study through the generations. So that's what it's about. Now let's work with the Hebrew. Who's starting?
Can I?
You may. Please do, Bonnie. Go.
Okay. Yit Gadal, V'yit Kadash, Shemei, Rabbah, Ba'alma, Divra, Kirute, V'yamlich, Malchute, V'hayehun, Uv Yomehun,
Hone.
Hon,
Okay.
Uv Haye, Dechol Beit, Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Uvisman, Kariv, V'imru Amen.
Good. That's every Kaddish starts with that, right?
Mhm.
And it's tricky. And the last line, the Imru Amen, and let us say Amen. And Debbie Friedman, and let us say Amen. We ask for peace and loving kindness. Let's see what else is coming up now. The next line, everybody can read. Should we read it together?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Yay,
Shmei, Rabba,
Rabba, Mevorah,
Korach,
Le'olam,
Omei.
May,
Umaya.
Yeah, now that's one that hopefully when you're in the synagogue, when any Kaddish is being said, this is what the congregation says. So this is one that you should try to wrap your teeth around and spit it out so that you can feel very comfortable saying it with everybody else. And not with transliteration, because once you read the Hebrew, it's much easier than the transliteration. As your Hebrew becomes easy to read, you'll find transliteration is the most difficult thing in the world. Okay, now this part gets some of the same things, but it has more. Who's going to pick it up? Hillary.
Viet Bara. Viet Bashi
Vayish.
Baish Taba.
Ba. Ba. What's that?
Baish Ba Taba. Veit Fa'ar.
Vayit.
Vait
Ro.
Torah.
Hillary. Hillary,
I
stop.
get nervous, so
Yeah,
let me just.
take a deep breath and think about it as syllables. A letter and a vowel. A letter and a vowel.
Veit Romam.
Good.
Eat Nase.
Good. Keep going. You're doing great.
Veit Hadar. Veit Allah. Veit Halal. Shemei Dekudasha Barechu.
Keep going, you're doing great.
La Ela, Min, Ho, Bear, Hu, Bear, Hu,
We're,
Ta,
yeah,
Bear, Hu, Ta,
yeah, wait. Beer,
Bear, Huta.
what's the vowel under the ka?
Was it at Bear, Hata,
Good.
Vish, Rata, Ta,
Vashirata.
Shirata,
Look, look, all of you, look at that. The she ra ta. If you break it into syllables, you can read any syllable because you know the letters and the vowels. If you try to combine syllables, it's very difficult. Okay, keep going. Get a few more words.
Tash, Bahata,
No, wait. What's the first
Wait.
syllable?
Ta,
No, what's the vowel under the ta?
the
No, it's not an F. There's 3 dots in an angle. What is that? Who can help us?
Ooh.
Ooh, right.
Tushpata. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Tushpahata,
Good.
Vana,
Not a vowel.
Hamata,
Good.
Daamari,
What's under the mem?
Miran,
Good.
Baal, Ma, Vimru, Amen.
Great. You really picked it up. Do you see what, if you just think letter and vowel, even these very difficult Aramaic words, they're not Hebrew, they're Aramaic. Okay. Now, this is where it gets a little bit different. Al Yisrael, the Al Rabbanan on Israel and the rabbis, but Al Talmidehun and their students, the Al Kol Talmidei Talmidei, and all the students of the students. This is where Debbie Friedman's version comes in. For the rabbi and the student and the students and the students of the students, and all and so on. That's what this whole next paragraph, Aramaic, which is not easy to read, is about. And that's where her version of it comes. So who's going to be the brave reader? Whose hand was up?
I could start it.
Okay, go.
Al Israel,
Mhm.
Al Rabbana,
Finish the word.
Nan,
Good.
Ve'al Tile
No,
Mid
vowel.
Tal Mid Talmid Yom
Read it by
Yahom
syllables. Right, listen, Mary, read it by syllables. Cow, me, what's the next syllable?
Day
Day, and the last syllable?
Yom.
No, there's a hey in
No,
there.
yeah. Oh,
The U
home.
goes with the A.
Okay. Home.
Yeah.
Talmid.
Midday.
Tell me day, right, tell me day,
Oh.
Day home.
good.
Al
I'm pushing you this because if you can read this, ladies, you can read anything. If you can take this on, and it's something, we all have our times when we're saying Mourner's Kaddish. And
right.
when we say the Mourner's Kaddish, it is appropriate to also say this one. Yes, so when it's interesting because some of the mourners will stand up and the others don't because they don't realize that that's the custom. But it's not easy, but you can do it because some of you I've known now for a year and a half. You didn't know Aleph from Bet, and look what you're doing. You're finding out these words. It's amazing. Okay, so we've got the Tell Me Day home. Someone else want to pick it up? We gave her go ahead, Jane.
Okay. Baal Ko Mon.
I'll call what?
Baal Ko Mon.
Wait a minute. We're not all in the right places. No, we have 2 more. Oh,
I'm sorry?
Okay, you can go Vial Komon. differently.
The next,
Is that right?
Yes,
Oman, the arts keen, but
Who's
ora,
right,
okay.
right.
D, the art ra,
Wait a minute, let's go back. The O writer. When you have that vowel and the yod, it becomes I.
Arta.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh, how does that come? Looks like the art ra, okay.
But no, the yod,
Art ra,
you blend
okay.
into the yod, so it's I writer.
Right, okay.
Do you see that?
Got it.
The
I
O-
see above and an
everybody see
olive.
that? That's a tricky one. Does everybody see it? The O
I
writer.
see.
Before you go
Right.
on.
uh,
Any
No, I
questions?
don't. I see the art ra.
Yeah,
I
so
see
not yet.
above an
Yeah,
olive.
Jane, you're ahead of us. I want to make sure everybody sees the O writer because it's tricky.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Yes, I see it
Wait,
here.
wait, wait,
Right,
wait.
yes.
Are there any questions from anybody about the O writer?
Go right.
Yes.
Yes. Bonnie
Yes,
has a question.
okay.
So
Uh,
you're sounding out the ra and then the
good.
yud is like I.
Right.
Right.
Think. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Aye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I think
Right,
Tina
yeah.
had her hand up too. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I'm totally, somehow I lost the place in I can't find where we are. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're in the third, the next to the last big paragraph. And we're in the second line, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th word, the O writer.
you're right.
There's a comma after it, Teresa.
Comma after it, right. You see it, Teresa?
It's the Rata.
Writer.
Well, oh, right. Oh, okay.
That's it. That's the word. It's the yeah. Think about it. If you say
Okay, like hi, right? Okay.
yes. And think of it whenever you see that, the with the yud, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It becomes I very quickly. So it's the O writer. Okay. Jane is going on because she's
Okay.
reading this beautifully. Go ahead.
Okay, D, the atra. And the next line is Hadain, Badi, Bako, Atar, Atar, yeah, Atar, Yehei, Lechon, Uchon, Shilama, Rabbah.
Stop.
Sugar, honey.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to torture somebody else for a few minutes. That was beautiful reading. Were you all able to follow?
He reads too fast. And it's good.
She reads too fast. Well,
But that's good. I mean, that's
He's not-
beautiful.
she's
Oh,
not.
I don't read so fast.
You are reading beautiful.
You
beautifully
do.
fluently. No,
It's beautiful.
you are almost to the point, the speed that it's done in the synagogue. That was excellent
Okay.
reading. Excellent reading.
It's beautiful, but wow.
Okay, who's going to pick it up? Did Rochelle raise her hand?
I'll try.
Go ahead.
Hina. Vechita.
The Chista. It's the Sama.
Vechista. Rachamim. V'chaim. Arifin. Zonei.
What's the last vowel?
Zonai.
What's the word again? It's not an A. What's the,
Zoni.
no, what's that vowel? It's an A vowel. It's hard to say. Zona.
Zona. Okay. Rivicha. ufor kana. Min kodam. I'm using my magnifying glass.
Good, you're doing beautifully.
U Avuhan.
Yep.
Di Vish Maya Veimaru Amen.
What does each, very, very good, Michelle. What does every paragraph end with?
Amen.
Veimaru Amen.
The Imru Amen, and what does that mean?
And we,
What did Debbie Friedman sing it? And let us say Amen.
I have a question. If I have a question.
Yeah.
In the last, by, when you did the Ray with the Yud, and you said it's Ray, right?
Ray,
Yeah.
it's Ray. It just lengthens the Yud.
Right. So
Yeah.
when Rochelle read it again, in another word, Ray, heen, right? Is right by the next line with the comma, the last word.
Arachin, yes.
So it'd be the same thing. When I
No, it's in Arachin, it's Rechin.
Reheat, but that, so I would still say re and Ray.
Yeah. But when you
Okay.
have the E or the A followed by a Yud, the Yud just strengthens the vowel.
Okay.
And it probably doesn't make a bit of difference to anybody speaking fluent Hebrew. I just lost all of you. How did I do that? Let's see if I can get rid of this. Yeah.
I was looking at the three of them, the Kaddish, the Mourner's Kaddish, and this one, and the Hati. They all have the other paragraphs. This is the only one in the Rabbanan. This is the added paragraph.
Absolutely. And that's why that is what the Debbie Friedman song is about. For
Okay.
the rabbis and their students and the students of the students. So this is Al Yisrael for Israel, the Al Rabbanon and all the rabbinate, the Al Talmidei and their students, the Al Kol Talmidei, HaTalmidei, and all the students of the students. That's what this is about. It's about study. It's about the holiness of study and thanking God for the ability to study after you, and asking that this be continued through the generations. We don't have to pursue it anymore, but I just think it's important to know this. A, because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful concept. B, because if you're saying Kaddish, you really should be saying this too. If you're saying the morning's Kaddish, and if you can do this, you can do the morning's Kaddish, because that doesn't have this paragraph, but it has everything else. So when you're in the service, think about which Kaddish it is, try to say it, try to keep up with the speed that everybody's racing through. And before you know it, if you practice it enough, you're going to be right up there racing, because some of you read beautifully. And you can do it. It makes me feel good. I have to tell you, it really makes me feel good to listen to you. Okay. What I'd like to do now is get back to the Friday night service. I am supposed to cover a few things in the Friday night service before we are done. This isn't the Friday night. I'm going to skip to the Torah blessings. Asok b'divrei Torah and the Torah blessings. Now, I haven't found them yet, but here's a Kaddish Shalom. Under the Torah service, if you look in your book where it says Torah service, I want you to go to where you say, where one who has an aliyah goes up to the Torah. And my book, in the big book, it's page 4. No, it's on page 400. Everybody find it, and then we'll start. Because I know we all have different books.
I think it's page 168. Is that right, Hillary?
Hillary, did you find it?
I think
Jane says 168.
I think so.
I am trying to find something here.
The Shabbat Torah service, is that the one we're looking for?
That's exactly what we're looking for.
Okay, okay.
Is it
I wish I
139 in
had
the,
every page.
blue
but I
book?
don't. I only have mine.
does it start with like, Ain Kamocha?
Okay, keep going beyond that. All right, let's look at Ein Kamocha. That's fine. Look at Ein Kamocha. That would be a couple pages back. We're not going to spend the time reading it all. We're going to go, but I want you to see it. Beginning of the Torah service on every page. While you're finding it, I want to
What are we looking for?
the Torah service, the beginning of the Torah service.
Yeah, I have page 400. So
That's
I'm
right.
good.
394. Go back to 394.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Book, I think it's page 139. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I have, Rochelle, in the blue book.
Right.
Okay, everybody have it?
Yes.
Ein Kamocha. But before we even do that, there's a song which many of you have heard in your synagogue, a Asok Divrei Torah, to be busy yourself with the words of Torah. And this is done by Kova Seder, which is a wonderful group. And I found it, and no, I don't want the ad. I don't want the ad. No. Sorry. Skip ad. Okay. This is to busy yourself with the study of Torah. Okay, guys. Concert's over. Concert's over. To be busy, to make yourself busy with the words of Torah. That's what it means. And they did the bracha before. I want to just look at the Torah service. Ein kamocha. Now, every one of you has heard this, I'm sure. Ein kamocha ve'elohim Adonai ve'ein kema'asecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim. Everybody's familiar with that, right? Is anybody not familiar with that? Good. Okay, but be honest, because I don't want to go over something and lose you along the way. So this is the beginning of the service. The whole congregation usually chants it. It's something to look at. but you don't have to, we're not, that's not where we're gonna be now. And then it says, we rise as the ark is open. Whoever's opening the ark opens it by a Hebron Soa Haron. And wherever, the English says, whenever the ark was carried forward, Moses would say, get rise. So this goes back to when the Israelites were in the desert wandering, but the ark followed them. Now, by Hebron Soa Haron, everybody says that. Now we turn the page, and we probably skip a few things and get to the point we are at 398 in my book, 2 pages beyond everybody else in your books. Everybody should, by skipping 2 pages, you should be able to get this.
Is it by the Shema?
Yes.
Okay.
And after we have said these prayers, and you've all said them, and I hope that you've tried to follow the Hebrew, or that you will try to follow the Hebrew next time, then somebody holds the Torah and stands before the congregation and says Shema, and it's repeated. And Gadlu Adonai Iti, they start going around the congregation. And that Lecha Adonai Hagdula, that's the melody that is chanted as they're going around. Lecha Adonai Hagdula, the Hagavura, the Hatiferet, the Hanetach, the Amo. If you know, I'm sure some of you at least recognize my beautiful singing. And I hope all of you recognize this. This is not where I want to be, but I think it's important to proceed it. What I want is the next page. Okay?
The
And
Torah reader? What, the Torah reader?
yeah. We're not going to do that. That's the page. I want to be in the middle of the page.
Congregation and Torah reader? Ve'atam ha'dav
Yeah. What does it say? That's good reading. Who said that? Hillary?
Hillary.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Read it. It's good.
Well, I'm just looking. I gotta find Jane. Yeah.
What page?
I'm looking for you.
172 maybe?
I look at it, but it's
The second paragraph, after the first paragraph, it says congregation and Torah readers say.
Who it? I don't know.
yeah, see, this person's on.
All right,
with
that's where I want to be. That the line was Viatah Hadaki. Most we don't even do that one. Okay, I wanted to get to the next part because this is where when you have an Aliyah and you're called to the Torah,
Yeah.
I hope you can read it in Hebrew because it is so much easier with the Hebrew skills you have to read it in Hebrew than for the transliteration, which will be there for in every congregation so that everybody can say it.
What's
So,
yeah,
what-
that's scary.
Everybody got it? Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Yes.
Wow.
Who at Adonai Hamvarach.
That's it. How do you chant it? Bonnie, do you know how you chant it?
Yes,
Go ahead.
but it's harder reading the Hebrew instead of I'm used to the
No, no,
transliteration.
Hebrew.
I go, Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Good.
Baruch atah Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. I'm saying it by memorization, really.
Yeah, I gathered that, and I'm glad you kept that skill, but now I'm going to do it by reading it. Okay. The congregation says what Bonnie just read. What read it again, Bonnie?
Baruch atah Adonai
No, not yet.
Hamvarach
No.
le'olam.
The second line.
Baruch Adonai Ham.
First, all right.
Baruch.
Stop, everybody. One person at a time, please. Bonnie is
Baruch
reading.
Baruch atah Adonai
No,
Eloheinu.
no. Too far already. I want to look at the first one. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarach. Everybody recognizes that, right?
Right. Mhm.
Only the person with the Aliyah says that. Then the congregation responds. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam
Le'olam va'ed.
And what does the person with the Aliyah then do?
Oh,
Repeats it again.
Repeat it.
right.
The book doesn't say that. And
Yeah, it's so tricky.
It is
It's very tricky.
Yeah, they were tricky when they wrote the book. What can I tell you? But it is traditional in most congregations, at least. After the congregation says Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed, to repeat that. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. I see everybody's heads bowing. And then then the person who's
Maybe.
going to read what? Who's going to read it?
I can chant it.
Okay.
Chant it. Oh, go ahead.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher batan banu batar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torto Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Wow. You were reading the Hebrew, or were you going by memory, or were you reading translation?
Because I'm a Kohanim, they call on me and I still screw up.
No, you're a Kohen or a Bat Kohen. You're not
I'm
a
a Bat.
Kohen. Kohanim is plural.
Yeah.
You are a Bat Kohen. You are
I'm
a
a
daughter
Bat.
of a Kohen.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
we're our second layer, but the congregations are now recognizing us and let women be the Bat Kohen and the Bat Levi. So you do this often, but that's wonderful. Do you do it often with Hebrew, or do you do it often with translate, or do you do it by memory?
well, because of class, as I wrote you last night, I'm doing it. It's easier now to read the Hebrew than the transliteration, except for the with the one word with the natan. Like I always like get a little nervous. Natan lanu.
Oh, well,
But after that, my cantor even gave me a YouTube video and was very inspirational in helping me. And then with the class, the words are easier than a transliteration now.
wonderful. Yes, I did. I was thrilled when I got your email, but I wanted to have you share it with the class. That is the goal, to have you more comfortable with the Hebrew, comfortable in the congregation, participating, understanding the basic, not every word, but what the prayer is about, and doing it from the Hebrew. And when Hillary said she could read it, she recognizes all the letters, I was thrilled. So it's been a long road, and you guys have come so far, and it's very exciting. I think we're probably beyond advanced beginner, but we won't worry about that now, because you guys are at the point now where you can almost take off on your own.
Goosebumps, because I feel the same way. It's like, I depend so much on the transliteration when I went up to the Bima, but now I probably wouldn't need it if, the next time when I
Good.
go.
Terrific. I hope you all will feel that way before we finish. Not today, hopefully, but in the future. And then there's another prayer. After the Torah reading, what does the person with the Aliyah say? It's on the next page in my book. I need somebody to chant it for me.
What? I didn't hear.
I didn't hear
And
what-
After the Torah reading, the bracha after the Torah reading, who's going to chant it for me? Jane, is your hand up? A
What?
little bit. I'm seeing a little.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Jane, and then Teresa can do it after.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam notah betochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Wow. Were you reading the Hebrew?
I was reading the Hebrew, yes.
Do you know how
And you know
far you have
something,
come?
I've never, up until maybe 5 years ago, I never went up to say that before or after the tour. I mean, I just
Now you
didn't.
But now
So
you can.
anyway,
And I've got to tell you, when we started this class, you could not read Hebrew like that.
okay. No, you're right.
And no, you were, I thought, we're going to have to work. And you have come so far. You should feel terrific. Teresa, do the same thing.
Okay, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam Pato, Kenu, Baruch Ata Adonai, Notina Torah.
Wow. Any questions about this? I want reports when all of you have aliyot, and we call it, that being the plural for aliyah. Whenever you have an aliyah, I want to hear about it. I want to know that you did it brilliantly reading the Hebrew, because you can. You really can, and that is so exciting. I tell you, after this class, I'm just floating, because you're just doing so well, and it makes me feel so good that you're able to do this. Okay, the next thing on the page is not one we're going to pay a lot of attention, but you should know what it is. What is the Birkat HaGomer?
What?
It's a blessing someone says after they're recovered from an illness.
Right.
That's what it says in my Siddur.
That's what, and you read it just perfectly. Or when someone has recovered from a serious illness, or returned from a long journey, or survived any type of danger. And we thank God. We're not going to read it. I'm not going to read it now.
173, Jane.
Look at the neck down at the bottom of my page, 402, Mishabera.
I forget, we sing that now.
You all have Mishabera?
Yeah,
Yes.
she does a funky blessing, for singing.
Excuse me, it has what?
We sing it. Misha Barak Rock.
Okay, no haraka. Okay, guess who wrote that?
May the source of healing was
May the source of strength.
strength with. Yeah, we do the same one you did.
Before us, help us find a blessing. Find, well, I haven't got the words in front of me and I'm blanking.
Yeah.
I should know it by heart. Who wrote that?
Debbie
Debbie
Freeman.
Friedman.
Debbie Friedman.
How do we
And
know?
I have a friend who always says, Debbie Friedman, she's reformed. Well, there's an awful lot of Debbie Friedman in our conservative liturgy now. And the Mishnah Baruch is probably the biggest one. And that said, before the blessed, not being called to the Torah necessarily, but for those who are ill. I probably chant part of it, and then the names are read, and people can say any name they want, anyone who's ill that they want to give a blessing for, and then you finish the song. And we have new rabbis, but a couple now, and whenever anybody has a birthday, an anniversary, or whatever, and ask for Leah for that reason, they do the Mishnah Berurah.
What we do now with our rabbi, who's now 3 years, we no longer go up to the bima, which we used to do. We raise our hand. He'll read a list in Hebrew or in English. And then if there's anyone in the congregation, we raise our hand and say their names.
Right. Well, in our congregation, they just stand up. And anybody who's standing is pointed to and they say it.
Yeah, but he'll have a list first and then we say it, which is nice.
Exactly. And it's, what always is interesting to me is it's the same people who know six every week. And I don't know people. I mean, I don't know people. I would say it if I knew them. And it's amazing, but the same people always have lists. But it's a wonderful way. Sometimes there are people who have no congregation connection. I remember last year, a couple of years ago, one of the women I was in a club with said her sister was very, very ill. And I said, would you like me to say Mishnah Berurah? She said, oh, would you? I usually go to Chabad. Here we go again. But I did. And it's a nice thing to do, to say Mishnah Berurah. And as I said, our rabbis now do it. If somebody has within Aliyah has a birthday and anniversary or something, they do the whole thing.
And then you give a donation.
What? Because they want a donation.
Yeah, with a birthday.
But you know what?
They ask
I'm not in a position to give them a donation every time. I tell them I give them my time. I read Torah. I do Haftarah. That's it. That's my donation.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no, they
But
want
of
money.
course they would. But I do what I can. We all do what we can. But if they nickel and dime you forever and ever, we're not in that position. I'm sorry. We went to the gala because they were honoring our rabbi who was retiring. Otherwise, we don't go to the gala. But this is what I
Joan,
do. What?
Joan, are you going to be doing this on Saturday coming up? I think you have a special day.
I do, and
Oh,
I,
yeah, birthdays.
yeah, and I am
I do too.
what I committed to is 17 verses of Torah.
Wow.
On your
I
birthday?
haven't done more than 4 or 5. I'm
Oh
still
my God.
17 verses of Torah. I'm doing the Haftarah. And so I always say, well, I'll do the Maftir. Then maybe I'll do Shvi'i, the seventh person, and then the Maftir repeats part of it. So I've got 17 verses of Torah, which I'm still fighting with. I've got all the words, but I'm never going to get the whole Torah. But that's the way it is.
Good
You know,
luck.
Yeah, I'm going to
His
need to
birthday
send a prayer, say a prayer for me, wishing me luck, because I've
Well,
never done anything this crazy.
today, I think it's someone's birthday.
Yes, it is someone's birthday.
So
You
Came to
see
the
that
wedding,
woman in the
today
middle
is
of the
my
screen?
birthday.
The woman in the middle of the screen?
yeah, that's Miss Bonnie.
That's
So-
Miss Bonnie.
If-
So
And
what
you
do
know,
we
Joan,
say to Bonnie? Yom
Yom
Haledet
Haledet
Sameach,
Yom Haledet Sameach, Yom Haledet
Sameach. In our
Sameach.
congregation, we say happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to
Yeah.
you.
Never heard that
Thank
before.
you. Thank you,
You're
guys.
welcome.
Thank you. Hillary, thank you for
birthday.
remembering.
Oh, my pleasure. And for
And if you
Joan,
want to go read Bonnie, if you want to read 17 verses of Torah this weekend in my place,
No, I
never done anything so crazy.
read Kaddish for you, Joan. That was enough.
And you did a good job. You did a wonderful job. Okay, we have, I just want to finish up with the Torah service. Okay, turn the page. And everybody's done it. All the various blessings and mishaberachs that you choose, that they choose to do is done. And then before the maftir is called to the Torah. What is the maftir?
oh God. There's a prayer.
That's the final Aliyah before the Haftorah.
Very good, Mary. It's the final Aliyah before the Haftorah, and it's generally the end of what was done for the 7th blessing, depending on
Of the seventh.
when it's triennial, it may or may not happen. This what I'm reading, my 17 verses, and then I think I read 4 or 5 from Maftir, repeating them. So, but it's who is the Maftir?
For the
One
Maftir.
who's going to do the Haftorah.
Exactly.
Right.
So before the Maftir is called to the Torah, there's the Chetzi Kaddish. It's a divider. Remember, the Kaddish divides. And if you turn the page, you come to the blessings before the Haftarah. And I'm not going to go into them now, but someday I hope some of you will take on a Haftarah. It's fun. It really is. And if you're reading Hebrew. So if you can read Hebrew, you learn the trope, and it's not difficult. My problem is I don't know Torah trope. I'm just learning it, but it's a little bit different. But anyway,
How do you learn it, Joan? Do you learn it through a teacher?
you learn it through a teacher, or you have something like, oh, this is the enlarged piece. I can show you.
Oh, monster.
Hold on a minute, please. Nobody else is home. Okay, let's see who's there.
The, Jane, in our book on 173, Debbie's Freeman song is in the left side, Prayer for Healing. That's her song.
Oh, page 170, what, 173? Is that what you
Right,
said?
that's Debbie
My
Freeman's song.
watchdog,
Oh, yeah, the
my
Bishop.
watchdog doesn't let anybody
Thank you.
through the door without finding out who it is. Okay, this is the Haftarah. And what is the Haftarah?
Half of the Torah reading.
Mm-mm.
And it's readings from the, what do they call them? Not the Torah, but the writings or.
The big
Not
book.
the writings, not the writings.
It's like it's the interpretations of,
No,
no.
Teresa?
I would say they're writings from the prophets or
Thank you, the prophets. Okay, there are 3 parts to our Bible, the Jewish Bible, the Torah. But it's really 3 parts. First part is
First part is the Torah.
Torah.
first
Torah.
five,
Five
First
books of
five chapters.
Moses. Right, Mary's right with it. The 5 books of Moses, that's Torah. What's the second part?
Tanakh,
Tanakh is the takes care of
Fire.
everything.
All right, Tanakh is the first letter of Tanakh is a tough. Then the Nach, it's a nun now. What does nun stand for?
9.
Hmm?
No, no.
Odds, numbers.
None.
Nevi'im, prophets.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we have Torah, Nevi'im, and Ketuvim writings. And if you pick up any Bible, you will see the 3 parts, and I encourage you to do that. The Haftarah comes from Nevi'im, from the prophets. And it's chosen because there's some relationship between those words and the words of the Parsha. So the Torah service is pretty complicated. It has a lot of parts. And I hope that when you're in the synagogue during a Torah service, you try to follow the different parts. Try to read the Hebrew with whoever's reading it. When you have an aliyah, Hillary has them often. I hope all of you have some soon, because it's a wonderful feeling. And you don't have to make a donation. You know, all kidding aside, of course they want a donation, but if you have an aliyah, you don't have to make a donation. You can do it if you can and want to, and if you can't or don't want to at that time, you don't have to. I mean, that's
what do you want us to do next week? What should we work on
Oh,
this
yeah.
coming week?
Oh.
I want you to look over this whole Torah service, make sure you understand it, all the different parts. Look at a Bible, Torah, Nevi'im, Ketuvim. Look at the 3 parts in English. I'm sure you all have access to an English Bible, Tanakh. And just go over what we did today. Make sure you can read that Kaddish, because you gotta have to say it. And just go over what we did today, and next week we'll start with something new. Okay?
And a very
Joan, quick-
happy birthday to you.
What?
Yes, happy birthday to you, Joan. But I had a quick question.
Yeah.
When does the class end? When's
don't
the
know.
last class?
I have no idea.
Okay.
That's all. Keep on keeping on.
I would guess at the end of December. I don't know, how much more do I want to cover? There's not a whole lot more we have to cover. It's Adonolam, Matovo, and Kelohenu, all things that I'm sure you're familiar with. So I don't know how many more, but we'll keep going until she says we should stop. I don't care.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
I'm sure
Thank you,
I'll get
Joan.
an email saying the class is ending.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
great
Happy
day,
birthday,
Bonnie.
Joan. Thank you, everybody. Have a good
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.